Things are going well at Bastia. We're on a winning streak. Today is our first French Cup game. The board wants us to get to the 10th round. That's as far as we got last year before we lost to USL Dunkirk, so I think that's eminently doable. We stayed mostly injury-free. The defense has tightened up a bit. And with some help from a couple of posts on an online forum, I finally got one of the major roadblocks in the spreadsheet figured out. My name's FM19, and this is the Ritornu of Gloria with FC Bastia, Episode 11. Well, I apologize for the brightness, at least on my face. A lot of that is due to the spreadsheet here. I can gray out the background fairly well, but still. I mean, the glare off my forehead is probably twice as bad now. Anyhow, I haven't updated this lately. This is the stadium income sheet. I know it's gone up a little bit. I have updated the number of season ticket holders, but I have not included the 2019-2020 season friendlies. Let me fix this here real quick. What I have been working on is the attributed analysis sheet. And thanks to a couple of posts on the Mr. Excel forum, this is pretty cool. So, we are going to look at Sofiane Boris-Bell. And there's two ways you can do this. The easiest way to do it, at least for me, because I'm not putting in drop-down boxes or anything like that, creating the filter for that thing would just be time-consuming, and frankly, I just can't be bothered right now. We're going to copy that. We are going to paste unformatted text. Now, this comes in handy when you have players with names that have something in them. Like Jackie Valero, for instance, has the accent over the E. If I just type in Valero with no accent, it's not going to come up. But this is what we're going to do. I'm going to copy Jackie Valero, and we're going to paste his name into the attribute analysis. And then under tab, if you look down at the bottom here, these are all the tabs. I'm going to type in June of 18 and hit tab. And lo and behold, all of the attributes populate. Actually, what I should probably do, center those. And you'll notice the position populates too. If I go here and I'll also type in June of 18 for Jackie Valero, he populates as well. And there are two analysis populates. The legend populates with the name and the month of the attribute analysis. And let me center this stuff here. This information is taken off the SI form. This is a couple of posters' best guess as to how the attribute analysis is calculated. I think it's pretty accurate. In most cases, when I am figuring out a number, I'm rounding down just to be on the safe side. It's probably a little bit easier to be pessimistic and things like that. You'll notice when I do delete the names out, everything will go to NA. But the cool thing is, if this is, frankly, it's brilliant. You know, it's Excel/calc at its best. You know, if I want to look at Sofiane Boris-Bell, and this isn't going to auto-populate here. Let me go back to here real quick, and I'm totally looking right at his name, and I know I am. Here he is. Okay, so I'm going to copy that, come over to the attribute analysis, paste that there, paste that there. And you get your lines on top of each other, but if I type in June of 19 and hit tab, you can see he's made incremental changes in a lot of areas. I suppose what I could do if I wanted to is add up to 4 lines worth of data. So, you know, if I wanted to compare his improvement from June to October, October to January, January to June, I could do that. But, you know, I don't know that that's really worth it, to be honest with you. This graph right here represents the improvement from June of 18 to June of 19. So you can see Sofiane Boris-Bell has definitely made improvements. I haven't figured out the conditional formatting for this page to see that visually. I could probably figure that out, but at this point, I don't think I need to because I have the sheet here. And frankly, this is pretty useful for me. There's a couple of things I wouldn't mind doing inside of this in terms of colors and things like that, but that's just quibbling. This, on the other hand, is very, very cool. Thanks to the guys at the Mr. Excel forum who helped me out. Going forward, this is going to be quite the handy thing to use. There's a lot more I want to do with the spreadsheet, but I think having finally gotten some help on that formula where all the stuff auto-populates is very nice. Instead of having to cut and paste, just typing in a name, or instead of having to cut and paste everything, just typing in a name and or possibly cutting and pasting a name in has been an absolute time saver. As you can see, we have yet to lose a regular season game. After drawing with the Olympique Marseille reserves, we were away at Bourges and Brest, that's it. And we won 3-2. Bezoukort, a 53rd minute goal. Quentin Martin had a 16th minute own goal for Bourges, and Makamari, a 72nd minute goal off a nice set piece. We were then home against the Oghje Nice reserves, and we absolutely thrashed them 4-1. Sofiane Boris Bell, a hat trick's worth of goals. 24th, 42nd, and 75th minute. Ludwig Ginest, a goal in the 49th minute. And then we were home against MDA Chasselet, and we drew 1-1. Sofiane Boris Bell, a 31st minute goal. There's a reason I was using him as the example in the spreadsheet. That's pretty much why. We've had one major injury thus far. Anthony Roncaglia, my young defensive center back with a lot of potential, broke his collarbone in training and is going to be out at least another 8 weeks. I spent the money to get him back sooner rather than later because, frankly, I think he's worth it. Other than that, things are going pretty well. The rest of the team has been healthy with the exception of a couple of niggling injuries here and there, of the 2 or 3 day variety. Today, we have our first French Cup game, the 5th round, against FC Vesoul, who are an amateur team. Now, last year when we played an amateur team in the 5th round, we beat them 7-0. I'm kind of expecting the same thing today, but of course I had to shut down FM last night and then start it up again today, so who knows what could happen. I'm going to set the best 11 and the reserves, and we're going to come back with a match against FC Vesoul in just a bit. Because we're facing an amateur side, this is a pre-rotated squad today. We're playing our 4-2-3-1 with the asymmetric defensive midfielder, Adriani in goal, Cilia, Blaise, Mary, and Lorenzi as the defensive back four, Nizei as the defensive midfielder behind Madu, Diallo, Laval, and Cropanesi as the attacking midfielders, and Boris Bell up top as the striker. Lorenzi with the throw-in to Laval, up to Cropanesi. Drives forward, taps up to Boris Bell, who crosses it. Pellegrino intercepts it, kicks it out. Nizei collects it, over to Diallo. Into the crowd, over to Lorenzi, who's all alone on the right. Heads it towards Cropanesi, but Barrow steps in front of it. He gives it away to Blaise, though. Madu has it. Back to Blaise. To Mary. Back to Blaise. To Mary. Up to Nizei. Over to Madu. Out to Diallo, who holds it up, then drives forward. Cuts inside. Cropanesi's there, and he scores. That was well done. That was some nice ball movement by us. I thought for a minute there Blaise was going to give it up. He is a youth player who's got a ton of potential, but he's got like a 4 determination. I'm working on that, but it hasn't picked up all that much since he's come into the squad. It's a nice shot by Cropanesi. Decent crowd today because Vesoul is the lower tier team. They get the home game. Boris Bell with the header off the set piece. We've been training on those. Well done. Diallo with both assists. Nice. Cilia, corner kick in. Delmas knocks it away. Nizei runs it down. Back out to Cilia. Crosses it in again. Barrow knocks it away. Cropanesi to Madu, and he scores. Cropanesi did well to intercept that header out from Barrow. Now, coming up on halftime, as expected, we've pretty much dominated them. 13 shots, 9 on target. They've had 2 shots, none on target. 3 goals for us. Madu, Bell, and Kropanese. Everybody stayed healthy. Madu picked up a yellow card. It's not a game unless we get at least 2 yellows. We got another one coming in the second half here. Now, first highlight of the half. Cilia on the throw-in to Laval. Back to Cilia. To Burst Bell, who holds it up. Diallo bangs it off a couple people. Kropanese takes a shot, but it's just wide left. Corner kick in. Diallo. Oh, Leroy with a nice save. Pellegrino with a throw-in for Vesoul. Oh, gives it away. Diallo has it. Back to Nizet. Out to Kropanese. Cross the field to Cilia all alone on the left. He crosses it in. Now Madu gets it at the top of the box. Out to Lorenzi. He sends it in. Bounced out by Oghje. He sends it in again. Diallo's there, but he heads it over the crossbar. We're going to make a couple substitutes here. It's 60 minutes in. Karbache is going to come on for Madu. Fofana is going to come on for Lorenzi, if only because Lorenzi isn't the healthiest and he's not the most match fit either. We'll save the last guy for just in case. Yep, Laval picked up a yellow card. It's our second one of the game. Not a lot of highlights the second half. Only 10 minutes left. Everybody's doing pretty well. Adriani's only at 6'9". You would have thought he'd been higher, but then again, they haven't really had a lot of shots now, have they? Coming up on the end of the game, only 2 minutes extra time. This should be it here. Cilia thrown to Laval. He sends it in, knocked away. Ball bangs around. Karbache gets it out to Kropanese, top of the box. Oh, dispossessed by Oghje. Delmas has it. He sends it up. Mary knocks it down to Fofana. Up to Nizet. Back to Mary. And that is the game. That was a solid performance, especially by a team that was mostly youngsters. Of course, the 2 goals in the first 10 minutes probably put them on the back foot. That said, though, it was still a solid game for us. 20 shots, 10 on target, 24 total fouls. I got to look at that. Everybody had a solid game. Karbache was the only one who was sub 6-7, but he came on as a 60th minute sub. Well, the plate says it all. A very comfortable win for us. Kropanese made his debut and scored. He also had an assist, too. We are going to praise that. Of course, Laval reached the yellow card limit. Genest is not happy because I promised we would strengthen the team during the transfer window, and even though I did strengthen the team, apparently I didn't strengthen enough, so he's unhappy. And in the 6th round, we are facing Football Club de l'Île-sur-de-la-Doube. I'm almost positive I'm pronouncing that wrong. Another amateur team, it looks like. And it's not, you know what, give me a history? No. Competitions? No. Head coaches? No. Another amateur team. Yeah, I can't tell what tier they're in. French regional divisions. Yep, so it could be 6th tier, it could be 9th tier. Let's see. Looking ahead. Yep, you know what? We're going to come back for the Monaco reserve game. And then we're going to skip all the way to Atletico Madrid. And then we're going to skip all the way to Atletico Marseille, get the January transfer window out of the way. Probably not going to be a lot of action there. We've got 1 game in December. I'm going to fill it up with as many friendlies as I can. And then go from there. Solid win for us today in front of a decent crowd. How many of them were only 4 away? They had 2,133 home fans at Vesoul. That's pretty freaking cool. The fact we only brought 4 with us. Well, we're on an island, of course. So, stay in René Holon. Where is that? And Vesoul. Where is that? You know what? Now, Vesoul is in the northeast corner of France near the German border. Well, not exactly near the German border, but close to Germany, which is why we only brought 4 fans. And they were probably all family members of the team. So, a solid win for us. We're going to come back for the Monaco Reserves game. That's definitely going to be if they're starting anybody on the reporter's Dream 11, we're in for a treat. But as things go, it could probably be our first loss too. So, something to tune in for. If you liked what you seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name's FM19, and I thank you for watching The Return of Gloria with SC Bastia, Episode 11.